This is the new Insta360 GO Ultra, and this is the DJI Nano. I really want to talk about the difference between these two because I think these two are the best two pocket action camera out there right now, and you can use them for other things than just action. For example, let's start with the DJI Nano. This one has a screen in front. The cool thing is that you can press these two buttons right here and you can clip them. So now you can use it and record from behind. And if you want to record yourself, flip it back the other way, and now you have a screen to record yourself. This screen is 1.96 inches with 800 nits of brightness. Going outside using it has been super nice. The thing is, the screen is small. That is the whole point of it. It's an action camera. You kind of just want to pop it on your hat, your chest mount, your necklace, anything you want to do with it. If it falls, you're all good. This is the only part you need. Right here, if it falls, drop it. It's totally fine. The lens can be switched out, so you're pretty much set on that part if you did accidentally damage the glass. This right here is a 1.96 inch monitor. When I want to place the camera somewhere else, I use the monitor as an external monitor. And then if I don't want to use it as an external monitor, stick it back on, mount it, put it on a tripod. However I want to shoot, this is it. When it is detached though, the cool part is you can press the record button from afar and it'll record for you. So it can be a remote trigger as well. That's the DJI Nano. The Insta360 GO Ultra has also a screen in the back. It has a nice handle right here. You can kind of hold on to it, and the buttons right here kind of remind you of like a super tiny camera. This screen though is 2.5 inch, a lot bigger, which means brighter as well. This has 900 nits. It does have a screen that flips up. And what does that remind you of? Those Sony cameras, even the Canon cameras, these cameras, the professional cameras, flips their screen up like this. So when you're recording yourself, you see it right there. You don't have to take it apart, lose that bottom piece, lose that top piece. It's already right there. Just flip it up and boom. And if you want to use vertical, just flip it. There you go. This would be vertical. The big screen is so nice to have outside because it's brighter, right? It's bigger screen. You can see better with it. Who doesn't want a bigger screen on an action camera? Now I can use it for vlogging. I can use it for making videos from afar. That being said, because the screen doesn't come off, it still has a feature that comes off. Hold this button, pop this part off. This right here is the camera. You can use this as a remote. There's a monitor in the back, external monitor, same thing, but this is the camera. It's also magnetic, so you can stick it on anything that's metal. This also has hat attachment, necklace attachment, chest mount. That's another good feature to have. To put it back on, magnetically back on, and it's stuck right there. It has a sensor size of 1/1.28. What does that mean? Better low light capability. This one has 1/1.3. This is the biggest sensor size in a small camera like this. It also has an anti-flickering. Whenever you do a vlog and you go through a light, sometimes it has that flickering. This has an anti-flickering. This does not. So you'll in the background or something, you'll see it flickering. If you did B-rolls with it, you'll see it flickering on the DJI Nano. The Insta360 doesn't really have that flickering. Both of them have their own logs. DJI has D-Log where you color grade it. The Insta360 GO Ultra also has I-Log where you can color grade it. The thing is, when I use cameras like this, color grading is nice, but I would love for it to have a picture that comes straight out of the camera that looks really nice. The Insta360 has color style, and you can set it in however style you want, and straight out of camera, that's what you get. And it has a lot to choose from. So if you want like black and white, you want some film style, it has it in here, so you can choose that instead of correcting it yourself later. Really great for quick like Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, even just recording your family stuff. It already has that. Don't have to do much about it. Pop it in the computer after you're done and just edit however you like and then post. No color grading needed. Same camera, almost the same size, but the Insta360 GO Ultra has a bigger, wider FOV. And that's great when you do POV videos. 143 FOV, 156 FOV. When you're doing POV video, the Insta360 GO Ultra is the one to choose. This camera right here, it is small. It's kind of, it feels like an action camera. It feels like what you just want to throw onto your chest and your action, you're running, you're cycling, anything you want to do. It feels like that. It doesn't have any other premium feel to it. It's just the camera, you kind of just use it. The Insta360 GO Ultra feels nice in the hand. Nice round edges, smooth chassis, some nice grip part right here, so when you're holding it like this and shooting pictures, you could walk around the city doing street photography. It has the style already for you. It has a nice grip right there. You take the picture. Everything has this nice soft feel to it. It always makes me want to pick my Insta360 GO Ultra up instead of the DJI Nano. Just because I keep finding an excuse to grab this and just take it because it's small, it's light, it has a flip up screen, which is extremely nice, and the record button is here. I also love that it has its own dedicated power button. That's actually really nice. It also has a quick change button, so you can switch that to anything you want. There's a bunch of settings on there. The power button is actually more important than you think. It also has a quick record button, so if you press the record button, it'll turn around, record it, and it'll shut off after you're done. But if you want to just plan out your shoots, the power button is extremely nice. Micro SD card right in this slot, right here. Just pop it open, close it, pop it back on. Now you have it. The menu in the Insta360 GO is nice. It also has a lot of feature in there, and the settings are big because the screen's big. It's bright. I love it. It's a great camera, and it's a great action one and POV. Pretty much, this might be it. The USB Type-C charging port's also right there. Can't say more. It is a great camera. The DJI Nano doesn't have a premium feel to it. It feels like, it's an action camera. Nothing special. The screen is, just right there. It is small. I don't like the fact that there's no other button to this. So like I keep pressing this and then holding on to it, but then it'll go back on and it'll record right away. And I'm like, I thought I hold on to it enough. And it didn't happen that way. So when I press it or hold on to it, it turns on, it records, and it turns off. And if I don't swipe up by the 2 seconds or 3 seconds it gives me, it turns off. So I'm like holding on to it for a while. Is it on? Is it going to record if I let go right now? And most of the time I let go, by the time I let go, it's recording and then it shuts off thinking I just press it. But no, I'm trying to turn this thing on. It's kind of annoying that way. This one has internal storage, but then when you try to send it to your computer, it doesn't work as well. It only works if you transfer it to your SD card first and then send it. So you have 2 different files. Is it going to the SD? Is it going to an external? You have to just keep transferring it back and forth. Kind of weird. When you plug it in, the DJI requires you to either swap it this way. That's the only way it would work. And then some other feature, you swap it back. And I keep turning it on and off. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to plug it this way and then connect it to computer. I just want to connect it. What does it matter if I plug it this way or that way? That just shows that one of the way is how you're supposed to do it. The other one is just for shooting, which kind of just have to remember all that or use it enough. The Insta360 doesn't have that problem. Just plug it in. That's it. Both of them can go underwater. Both of them, the base you should not put underwater. This is the only thing that can go underwater. This one can also be changed out just like the DJI Nano. This is the only one that can go underwater. The button is very secretive. Right there. See how there's an indent right here? That's the button to record. Just press it right there. That's how you record it. The DJI Nano, this part can go underwater. This part cannot. Don't dip this in there. You're gonna ruin it. The screen can come off. And yeah, this is a record button right there. Yeah, and I've taken this to Hawaii. It records really nicely. I've dropped this a few times and it doesn't look like any damage has been taken. Actually, just a couple scratches. It is a great one. This is good. This feels very premium. This feels very nice in the hand. I think, to be honest, from now on, I'm gonna start using this. Mainly for my quick content and even just taking this around. It's just small and it's light and it's kind of already everything in one package. Flip up the screen, it's big, it's wide, and I kind of just hit the record button, let it do its thing. It's nice. It's really nice to have in the hand. The Insta360 GO Ultra is the camera I choose. Let me know what you think in the comment below. Is this the camera you would choose, or is this the camera you would choose? What do you guys think? My name is Andy. I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.